There's a tiny little bistro in Paris called Bistro Paul Bert, and they make the most incredible pepper steak. So I'm going to try and emulate it for you today. And I think a lot of people out there, when you want to really treat yourself or go out to dinner and there's pepper steak on the menu, you order it. But you can make it at home. I'm going to show you all the tricks. So first we need a gorgeous piece of fillet of beef. They use fillet of beef in the restaurant, so that's what I'm going to use. But there's no reason why you can't use other cuts. I've also done it with Scotch fillet. Even sirloin is a great cut. And because it's so lean, I want to keep this lovely and rare in the center. Now I have brought this out of the fridge about an hour ago. The worst thing you can do when it comes to steak is break the holy trinity rules, and they are: bring your steak out to room temperature, season it generously, and rest. If you remember those three things, then your steak is going to be better every single time. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for a moment while we get onto the pepper component. Now I'm using 2 styles of peppercorns here. We have some brined peppercorns. See how they're quite soft? They've actually been preserved in some brine, which is just some salted water. And these berries haven't been dried out, so they're quite mild in flavour and really sweet. So we're going to add them to the mortar and pestle, along with a black pepper. So these are just classic black peppercorns. And we're not using pepper like you usually would here, you know, seasoning of salt and pepper. We're using the pepper as the true dominant spice here. So we're just going to grind that together. And I like to do this with a mortar and pestle as opposed to putting it through a food processor, because I want it to still stay slightly chunky, just like that. Okay, back over to our steak. Before I add that, I'm going to add just a drizzle of oil all over the steak and a generous seasoning of salt so we get a lovely crust. And to that, I'm going to add about 1 small spoonful of the pepper. We're not going to waste the rest of it. The rest is going to go into the sauce. So just press that into one side. I'm going to turn that over, add a tiny bit more, and just let it stick. Okay, that is looking good. Over to a pan. I've been preheating my pan, and we're going to add some olive oil. The reason we bring the meat out of the fridge earlier is so we get a lovely pink, even colour throughout the meat. If it's too cold, what's going to happen is it's going to get a lovely colour on the outside, and then it'll be almost too raw in the centre. So if you've got an even warmth throughout the steak, it's going to cook so much easier. Now, because this is fillet of beef, it won't take too long at all to cook. So I'm going to give it about 2 to 3 minutes on each side and then brown around it. So we're just going to keep an eye on the heat. Now, while that's cooking, I'm also going to serve it with a classic French salad. I have shown you this recipe many times before, but I'm going to show you again because it is just a fantastic way to dress beautiful seasonal leaves. In the cooler months, you'll find witlof, watercress, and butter leaves. They are just delicious in this salad. So into the bowl, we always start with some Dijon mustard. It is a French recipe after all. And then to that, we need some acid. I'm using a red wine vinegar. And my usual ratio is 1 part mustard, 1 part vinegar, and then 3 parts extra virgin olive oil. You don't want to add it all at once because you want it to thicken up and emulsify. See how that's doing that now? That's because I'm slowly adding my extra virgin olive oil. This does need to be seasoned, so I'll just grab my salt and pepper, crack of pepper, and some salt. One last little mix, and then that's the dressing done. So to this, I'm going to add some chives. I do love the flavour of chives in a salad like this, and then I'm going to finely chop that. We want about a tablespoon or so. They can go into the dressing. And then on top of this, we can add our lettuce leaves. So I'm going to start with the sturdiest ones so they don't go soggy. So the witlof can go in. And you can make this ahead of time, you know, like as you're cooking your steak, make it then. I just love it in this dressing. To that, we're going to add our gorgeous watercress. So good for you. And then some of our butter leaves can go on top. Just tear some of them very gently. Respect the lettuce, as my mum says. And then now I'm going to place 2 spoons into the bowl and the salad is ready to go. So we'll toss that just before we're serving it. All right, back over to our steak. Let's have a look. It's cooking nicely. Oh, look at that colour. Fantastic. I'll give it a few more minutes on that side. cook it around the edges and then we can get onto the sauce. So the sauce gets made in exactly the same pan, in with some French shallots, a good knob of butter, a French knob of butter, just like that. And we want to cook these off. The more colour you get, the deeper and more golden the sauce will be. So just give that a stir. Oh, it smells fantastic already. Some thyme, just a few sprigs of thyme. I'll just take the leaves straight off and then into the sauce. And then remember all those reserved peppercorns? This is where we add it. So we've still got about a generous tablespoon and all of that goes in. And that mixed in with the butter is just so good. You can see how we're starting to get some colour on there. That's the caramelisation I want. Now I have it on a high heat because I need to flambe some cognac or some brandy. So a good splash in there. And then step away, be very careful. The theatre of pepper steak. And the reason we flambe is to remove all that alcohol. So we're just left with the gorgeous perfume of it. That's looking good. Deglaze with some stock. We just want to reduce it by a third. So in with the stock and then we just wait patiently. So we're just going to continually stir it. So by the time this is reduced by a third, we can add some cream and we'll be ready to plate up. Okay, this has reduced significantly, so we can add a good amount of cream. And I've just got a small amount of parsley. And now we're just going to stir that through and cook it for another minute or so just to thicken up. While that's reducing, it's time to mix our salad. You see all the speckles of chives? Really makes it extra special with the chives. I love the addition of that. Got a generous bowl here. And in true French form, you wouldn't add this salad on the same plate as the chips, the steak and the sauce because it's a creamy sauce, so it's going to mix in with the salad. In fact, it's served after it or on the side. And the whole idea of a salad like this is to cleanse the palate. So this is quite a rich dish with the chips and the creamy sauce. So having this afterwards just balances the whole thing out. Last little bit, make it yourself. 3 simple ingredients that you probably already have in your pantry or your fridge. It just tastes so much better when you make it. All right, the sauce is ready. I'm going to turn the heat off. Let's plate this up. If there are any juices from the steak, there's not much there, but add it to the sauce because that is flavour. This is the perfect consistency. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. If it just coats the back of your spoon and you can draw a line in the back of the spoon, then you know that the sauce is ready. So I'll grab a plate. I like to add a generous pool of pepper sauce first because it just tastes so good. And this plate has a lip to it, so we just want to bring it all the way to the edges there. Oh, yes. And then the steak can go on the side. And I don't mind some of my chippies swimming in the sauce. Pop that to the side. I mean, if there's one culture that knows how to do steak chips right, it's the French. I know, I'm a little bit patriotic, can't help it. Got to have a taste of this one. The meat's so tender, don't need a steak knife, just a butter knife. Oh yes, loads of that sauce. I love pepper steak. And you know what? It tastes better when you cook it at home. You've got the beautiful pepperiness, obviously, and it's not spicy, it's not overpowering because we have that butter in there, the shallots and that cream, loads of chippies on the side. I will get to the salad after I finish all that. That, one of my favourite dishes, inspired by one of my favourite restaurants, Bistro in Paris.